In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you all about inserting images into your Moodle web page. You can use images to enhance the look of your web page, provide visual interest, and also use them for navigational hints, like I've done here. In this course, I've used a series of images for wikis, blogs, and podcasts to direct users to different parts of my course on those three topics. For this tutorial, I'm going to add an HTML block, or a side block that is completely customizable and editable, to the side of this course, and I'm going to do it using an image. It's going to provide more information about the course. I'm going to use it by using the Insert Image function, and I'm going to teach you all about how to use that button. The first thing I need to do is turn editing on. And next, I'll drop down my Blocks Add menu and choose HTML. My HTML block is over here. I'm going to move it down into this area for the purposes of our tutorial. Next, I need to click on the Edit icon to go into the HTML editor. Now, the HTML editor, also known as the WYSIWYG editor, has a great Insert Image button right there that makes it very simple to drop a picture into any text editing space. I'm going to leave this block title blank, and I'm going to use this block to let my users know that this site is under construction. Okay, so I'm going to say just a simple message like this. I'm going to center it, and I'm going to make this bold-faced. Okay, but this really doesn't do the trick. I really need an image in there to help things pop. So I'm going to give myself a little room. And the first thing that you want to know about images in Moodle and in the WYSIWYG editor is that you should treat them very much like text. For example, if I was going to put in the letter I right here, I would just give myself some room above the words "we're under construction," and I would drop in the I where I need it. The same is true for a picture. Give yourself some space and place the cursor exactly where you want the image to fall. Click the Insert Image button, and you will get a file browser. The file browser shows you all of the files for your course. It looks kind of complicated as far as a window in Moodle goes, but I'm going to explain all of these options to you. At the very top of the page, you see an image URL space. This is where you can either type in the location of an image that you want to display, or it will autofill automatically if you're uploading a file. The alternate text for the image is something that you'll have to enter. This will display if for any reason the image doesn't display. For example, if you accidentally delete the image from your files area, you'll have this alternate text appear instead. If you don't want any alternate text to appear if the image isn't there, you can trick this field into believing it's filled in by simply using a spacebar. The layout, spacing, and size we can all play with once we have a file in place, but let's head down to the Files area. I need to upload my construction symbol in here so that I have a good image to match my block. So what I'm going to do is expand this window just a little so that I can see my Browse area. The Browse area is just like any other space in Moodle where you'd attach or upload a file. Click Browse, and you can locate the image you'd like to use. I'm going to navigate around on my computer to find it, and click Open. Now, the address of that image is here, but I do need to click Upload before it'll be saved into Moodle. And let's go find it. Here's my construction symbol. Okay, so I know it's in my Files area. The next thing that I need to do, or that most people will try to do, is select the image by checking the box on the side. I can't emphasize enough that this isn't how you select images in Moodle. Instead, click right on the blue link name of the image to choose it. It will display in the Preview button, and I've got a nice contemporary looking construction icon from a free image icon site. And the URL that has been given to that image is now dropped in my image URL space. Right here, I could type the words "under construction," but if this image doesn't display and the words "under construction" display, my block will literally say, "under construction, we're under construction," so I don't want that. I'm just going to make sure that it's a space bar, and it's just sort of a blank space if the image doesn't show up. Now I can change the alignment to be at the left, to be in the middle, etc. I can put a border around the image if I'd like. I can add spacing around the image horizontally or vertically, and I can change the size. Now, because this is a nice uniform size image, it'd be pretty easy for me to take this down to, say, 20 by 20 to make it much smaller. But for some images where the proportions aren't exactly equal, you might have a little more trouble. Be careful if you're changing the size and you're not constraining the proportions or keeping the proportions accurate to each other. This can really distort an image and can look pretty unprofessional. Now, if you aren't sure how to change the size in here or what size you need, no problem. When we're finished with the Insert Image window, we can also resize the image back in the What You See is What You Get editor over here. So I'm going to click OK. Everything that I needed to fill in is done, and my image drops in. Now, clicking around on either side of the image, you can see that the cursor still blinks, then you've got the image, and then the cursor still blinks after it. It's basically treating it like a letter or a character. Now, to change the size of the image, to bring it a little bit closer and tighter in, I can simply use any of the handles on either side. Now, if I use the side handles, I can really mess up my proportions quite a bit. So I want to make sure I'm using the corner handles if the proportions are important to my image. This will do what we call constraining proportions, so your image stays accurate. I don't need that much space under it. I think that looks pretty good. And I'm going to leave it just like that. I don't need a title for my block, and the image is inserted. Now I'm going to see what it looks like by saving my changes. And you can see that it looks like it fits the block pretty well. Sometimes when you insert an image into a block especially, or into an activity or the center of your page, if the image is too large, it can expand or overflow the space that your Moodle theme has allotted for that particular space. For example, if I edit this block and increase the size of the image to really big and save my changes, now my block is huge and it has stretched to accommodate the size of that image. That's not what we want. So be careful when you're inserting images that you're leaving them proportionate to the space that you're placing them in. These three icons up here that I placed on the center of my course, I did using a label. You can drop down your Add a Resource menu and insert a label, then use the same feature that we used here to insert the image. That's all on inserting images. Remember that they don't have to just be used for the front page of your website. You can embed screenshots into activities. You can use them as navigational guides, such as highlighting the words click here with a big arrow. You can also use them inside of lessons if you want to share a diagram or a chart. Think outside the box with images to keep your course visually interesting.